Today we're going to be talking about the return of a horror icon. The new Hellraiser film came out, and it's the return of Pinhead.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, wait. I got you. Love the movie. Had to make a model.
Okay, well, it's Pinhead, not Panhead.
No, it's Pinhead. That's Pinhead.
Alrighty, sure.
Did you watch the movie?
I think we watched two different movies now. Welcome to the Family Jewels. This time, I think we have it corrected. Don knows that we are watching Pinhead, not Panhead.
How do you spell it?
P-I-N, head.
Yeah, P-I-N.
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 Yeah.
All right, whatever. You didn't go to school where I went to school. That's all there is to it. All right.
Where'd you stop at? 6th grade, was it? Yeah.
5.5. That's okay. Fifth grade, somewhere around there. Yeah. I miss the jungle gym.
Who doesn't? When days were much simpler.
Much simpler.
Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom, guys. It's the return of Hellraiser. It is a reimagining of the 1986 film of the same name. The original one was directed by Clive Baker. He also wrote the book that it's based on, called Hellbound Heart.
You dumbass!
The original film stars Doug Bradley as the sinister Pinhead. This new film is directed by David Bruckner. It stars Jamie Clayton. She replaces Doug Bradley. It also stars Odessa Azion.
Odessa
Azion. It's not Azion.
Odessa.
They're the two.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
You are a beautiful. Oh my gosh, woman. Oh, yeah, sorry.
They are the two main leads. So just like in the original, it's about a mystic puzzle box that summons demons and angels called Cenobites.
Demons to some, angels to others.
Don said that it sounds like cereal.
And it does.
He broke the glass for me on that, and now literally every time I hear or think of Cenobites, it makes me think of cereal, goddammit.
I just found Frankenberry on the shelf. Cereal, Frankenberry, Count Chocula. Yeah, it's now Cenobites.
Yeah, Cenobites.
Yes. Oh.
It really should be a cereal. I will say, if there's anybody out there that can make cereal,
make little characters,
Yeah, make the cereal look like.
What'd you do the needles? Yeah, that would be the interesting part. But
it does sound like a cereal. I'm sorry if we broke the glass for you guys, and now you can't unhear it. But it sounds like cereal now.
I could have said it sounds like a soda. It's like, give me a Coca-Cola and a Cenobite, though. I don't know.
A churro? Yeah, give me a
churro. Yeah. God bless the churro. Oh, best thing in the world, too. Oh, yeah. I want a churro now. You're killing me.
They are good.
Oh, my God. They are so nice.
So, getting back to the Cenobites. Okay. It is a group of extra-dimensional sadomasochistic beings that can't differentiate from pleasure and pain.
Sadomasochism. The hooks that show up, that's not a freaking spoiler. The hooks that show up, what do you think else they're doing? They're not fishing for Jaws.
Sadomasochism.
S&M.
That's the whole thing with the Hellraiser franchise, pleasure and pain.
And we just gave you the truth that if you didn't know it, you'd be like, whoa, I didn't think about that. Okay.
So unlike the original, though, where it follows a family and an uncle who unleashes the Cenobites, this new one follows a young woman struggling with addiction, and she comes in possession of the box.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
she comes into possession of the box, and it kind of really does roll off very well. The way that she finds the box is actually a little bit different than any of the Hellraisers. Now, there's 11 or so Hellraisers. I'm not going to lie to you. I have not watched them all. I'm not an expert. I'm here doing this and telling you what I saw last week.
Yeah. This is about what I've seen up to. I've seen Hellraiser. I've seen Hellraiser 2. I don't have that one.
Yeah.
I've seen 3. That's about as far as I've seen.
Anybody got a VHS of Hellraiser 2?
Yeah, right.
I'll give you $20. I'm going to sell it to him for $100. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
All right. Well, you kind of started to get there, so positive. So, yeah, she finds the box in a different way. I'll just start with a few of my positives. First one is I loved the soundtrack, or the score, I guess it really is. I'm one of those firm believers that the score has to be on point. I've seen films where it's a good film, but the score, the music doesn't match up, and it kind of detaches.
Well, we just saw a movie, and I won't spoil any of that, but we just saw a movie. It sounded like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. And it was a good horror movie, but
Yeah. So I loved the music in it. And the biggest thing that I can give praise to this movie for is I'll always give praise and applaud for a movie trying to do something different.
Yeah.
They didn't just, I'm still not sure if this is a remake per se. It really does feel like a reimagining to where maybe this film could actually exist in the original Hellraiser universe. But either way, whether it's a remake or not, I can praise them for doing something different, not just trying to do a carbon copy, taking the script or watching the movie and just literally doing the same exact scenes,
over and over again, redo it, remix it. Yeah,
Yeah.
They did pretty damn good on this one.
Yeah. I always give kudos for that, and I'd be remiss if I didn't. I liked that it wasn't too elevated horror. There's a big trend with horror that it's got to be smart. It's got to be elevated. It's got to be, horror can be much more than just blood and guts. Okay, that's fine. But for me, there's a limit. And I think that this film didn't go too campy and too elevated. There's a fine line that they toe.
They did. Well, it starts out a little slow, but it's just a little slow, and it really gets into it. It really does.
And I think with a lot of elevated horror, they start off slow, because it's like they're trying to be really artsy with it, their shots, and which is fine.
It's like Jaws.
Dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
Hey, I'm gonna eat y'all.
Okay, had to do it. Sorry.
But no, it didn't feel too sophisticated.
What did you think
it didn't
about?
feel too campy.
No.
They found a good plot, good actors, good story, and they
It
just
flowed
rolled with that.
It flowed very well. It
flowed
very
good.
well.
I wanted to say I really do like Jamie Clayton as the new Pinhead. I think she looks awesome.
Thank you.
I loved the pins, they're shiny. I loved her look. I loved the voice. And the original Pinhead, I don't hate the voice, but you can tell it's dubbed.
Hellraiser.
You can tell it
was never said, but that sounds cool.
But you can tell in the original one that it's dubbed over, and obviously in this it's dubbed over. But they mix it with I probably her original voice and then another voice to make it really sinister. And her whole thing. I love Jamie Clayton as the new Pinhead.
Oh yes, we have such sights to show you.
Has anybody ever counted the pins? It's just a flap out.
Well, let's see. Let's count it right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.
5. Yeah, I've always wondered that from the beginning, even when I was a kid. But still,
that would be cool. I bet you on a DVD, behind the scenes. I bet you where they're putting on his makeup, it's each one. That would be attached.
Oh, and the makeup, the poor makeup director or the makeup artist. God forbid they're out on screen and she's like, "No, I found a pin that I forgot."
Fuck my life.
Okay. It's just okay. Anyway, off topic. Go ahead. But
that's it.
Your positives.
That's
are
good
done?
for my positives.
Okay.
So mixed feelings. Lazy writing, cliche tropes that they throw in. Again, it's in the mixed feelings because it's okay, we've seen some of these horror tropes a million times. How do we, keep coming back to these things? The evil rich white guy. He's in this. We've seen that before.
I just had to be one or the other. I'm not either.
Be evil or be rich.
Or rich. Yeah, I'm not either one. I'm just the poor pale guy. Okay, there we go.
Going to see somebody who warns you not to get involved. That person's in there. The harbinger is, I think, the official trope term.
True. Yeah.
The white girl tripping and falling, which is always a fan favorite, as a classic.
Everybody will always love it.
Which honestly I haven't seen a lot lately, so it feels like one of those tropes where it's they used it too much and then everybody stopped doing it, and now it's back again. But that's in there. So there's just a few little trope things that they throw in, and maybe that's why I have mixed feelings on it, because it could be kind of a cool callback to old 80s classics with some of these tropes.
It's like almost like a rebirth again. You know,
a rebirth.
We are in that generation aspect.
Yeah.
You know, friggin' let's see the producers and
The unexpected
directors are just saying, hey, let's do something that might actually mean something and not just throw shit against the wall.
Right.
So they're trying. They're trying.
Yeah, they're trying. Another thing I was on the fence about was in this film the main character is a drug addict. It kind of reminded me of Evil Dead remake where the main character is a drug addict. It wouldn't really be a big deal, but it just felt a little lazy because it's like you got two 80s horror classics and they used the same plot device of a drug addict. It was just kind of like, couldn't you have done something else? I mean, I guess if they hadn't been two 80s classic movies that used it, it wouldn't have been a big deal. I don't know. It bugged me a little bit.
Mixed emotions.
Mixed emotions, absolutely. And as always in any Hellraiser, there's going to be twists and turns. Some are cliche. One my wife called immediately. So again, that goes into some of the how do we come back to these same things that we've seen before. The puzzle box is I think I've grown to like. So I should have put that in positive. I've grown to like the puzzle box changing. In the original, it is just a puzzle box. It varies very slightly.
Haven't seen a lot of the middle ones, 8, 9, 10. It probably changed back in those.
They could have taken aspects from the other one and put it in this.
We're making this whole idea of another one that we do. It's kind of a start over.
Yeah. So originally I was like, I don't know. I always loved just the aspect of just this cube, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, Yeah. So I was kind of on the fence about that, but after really thinking about it, I do like how the puzzle box changes and gets long. Or
you can buy an original, not original movie, but you can buy a puzzle box on eBay now. It doesn't do a lot, but it still opens and closes. It's kind of cool.
Just that original, simplicity of the box I loved. But I do again after thinking about it, I do like the way the puzzle box changes. I think the thing that I most was about was in the original one, if you solve the puzzle box, that's what released the Cenobites. Now, it's not just solving the puzzle box. You solve the puzzle box, it does something to mark that person.
Things come out,
yeah. So I think that was maybe what was a little iffy for me. That's all I got for the mixed feelings. They're not too bad.
I understand. I agree with him what he just said. I do 100%.
Okay, well.
So
I was gonna say, let me finish then the negatives, and then that way you can just cover the whole.
Okay, we can try that. Yeah, we can do that.
So the original wasn't really a slasher. This one is. I don't know that I like that because in the original, you have Pinhead, who's such this icon, and there's such a build-up to see him. I think you see him briefly in the beginning, briefly again in the middle, but there's this build-up of like, and I've said it before when we've done these other ones, Frank, the uncle, is such an asshole that you want to see Pinhead come and get him, and so you don't see him throughout the film a lot. So when you do see him, it's like, there he is, there's fucking Pinhead. Like you're like, get that motherfucker.
Somebody's getting something, somebody's getting something they deserve, And
in this one, they make it more of a slasher, and they do that
more immediate.
With the changing of the box and how it has stages, it makes it more of a slasher because it's a way for them to bring Pinhead out more periodically. Like a slasher, like you have Jason who, kills this person, kills this person, kills this person. So you see him more often. They were able to do that now with the box changing. You see Pinhead coming out more. On the one aspect, I like the box changing, but I also like the epicness of when we finally get Pinhead.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably a negative for me. I like
Pinhead could have come out a lot earlier in this film.
Well, what I'm saying is that I like kind of holding her off to the end.
Yeah.
And getting this big final.
Oh, you like the big final?
Yeah, in the original, I like.
Now that one I thought was always kind of done, but I get you.
For me, that's a negative. I liked the buildup of Pinhead coming out at the end and getting
directors, producers. If you just started a whole, get past the credits and everything else, and you just said, "Boom, here's Pinhead like this," and the face comes into clarity, and she's doing what she does in the box right off in chapter 1. I think I would really love that. I
okay.
really would love that.
That's fair
I
enough.
just think it's just taking too long for him to get. Well, it's like any movie. Build suspense, build it. It's a
It just, for me, again, I like the build-up. I want to see Pinhead.
Oh no,
coming
I
out.
do too. But
So,
I'm just saying with this movie, I think it could have been.
with this movie, definitely with the box changing, I think I can get past that because there's a reason for Pinhead coming out more.
True.
So
That does make more sense now
get
that.
And those are small graphs. I probably could have put those in mixed. My biggest negative was that it was, for me, the first time watching it was slow. It felt kind of dragging on for a little while to get into it, and it's too long. I think they could have cut a lot of things down in it, but those are nitpicky. Those aren't like.
Yeah, you got to stop this 2-hour crap movie.
Yeah.
All you freaking directors and producers,
I think it
you
could
got
have
to
been.
stop it.
I think it
Oh
could have
my
been an
gosh.
hour and a half easily. Cut out some things.
15 minutes in our lives is 15 minutes worth freaking living.
But for me, it does start off a little slow, which again in the second viewing for me, it went by faster. So I don't know. Again, it's nitpicky because the first time it was slow. Second time I watched it, it did go by a little bit faster. If it's a first time watch for you, the first half is going to be a little bit of a slow grind. That's it. That's all. That's all my negatives, and I think those are just nitpicky negatives.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're that's about it. It's about the same way I feel. I was just trying to earlier say that with the costume change, the costume changes.
Oh, I forgot that one.
But yeah. I was going to interrupt you, but didn't
Yeah,
want
I
to go. I didn't
forgot
want to
that one,
step. He
yeah.
was in a roll, baby. He was rolling. Let me see. Take the head.
That's
roll it off.
actually well.
But
That's
the
actually
costumes,
a big mix.
Yeah. Well, and again, we can work this. We can do a workaround on this. Not a reach around, a workaround.
Work it up and down. See, it's like someone else is jerking you off.
Okay, but anyway, no, the costumes. It was if there was a love-hate relationship in this, a mixed emotions.
A pleasure and pain.
It would be yes. Well,
yeah.
I don't want big hooks. Maybe a fish hook, right in my ass, right just on the cheek. Ugh, give it to me, baby.
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
But the costumes, I think, were just absolutely something you have to love because I don't want to give it away. But
Well, I can kind of. So I forgot that was a big mixed for me. Is
it was like Circus
I
del
like-
Circus del Sol,
Cirque du Soleil.
Circus del It. Oh my gosh, really?
It's in the trailers, so you can
That's it,
see
yeah.
the new Cenobites and Pinhead are heavily body modification. They're
That
peeling. They're
looks
peeling
like a pair
skin.
of tights.
And
that are
even
colored.
Even Pinhead, her body modification is done in a way that it's a dress, so it's heavily body modification. And for me, like I loved the look in the original, the leather with the body modification.
Leather and lace. Leather and lace. That's S&M. For anybody that doesn't understand it, it's leather and lace, pain and pleasure. This in the middle aspect, they look like they put on some reflective freaking fabric and ran with it. Now the faces, the characters were amazing. The characters, oh my God, the faces were still great.
No, yeah,
They
the
brought back.
Cenobites,
They brought back Chopper.
Yeah, they brought back Chatter.
Chatter. They brought back something you'll know. It's not a spoiler. The big fat guy. God, the original.
Yeah,
the
the one with the
original.
goggles.
Big fat guy that just had the
he's-
chunkies with the the welding goggles.
Yeah, he's
they
not-
didn't
yeah,
really
they-
have
you
them
know.
there. But the characters, yes, from the neck up, fantastic.
Yeah, it's just
From the clothing, oh my God! It comes down to the aspect of why.
Yeah, well, that's why for me it's mixed because like I think it is cool that they did it in a way that it's a dress, but I do miss the leather.
He doesn't really understand S&M.
No, I like the leather look better. I
guess
I'm
literally,
in-
have you watched a lot of movies that have S&M in the title? No, because trust me, it's leather or lace. I'm just saying with what they did,
But I'm
it was
saying,
just not
yeah.
working. It was like putting Santa Claus in an elf suit.
But I can appreciate what they were doing.
Santa
though.
Claus doesn't belong in an elf suit. Santa Claus belongs in a Santa Claus suit.
A shit what you want?
But I can appreciate what they were trying to do. Something again, I can praise doing
Okay,
something different.
Okay. Something you did say that.
I
You
can
did
praise
say that.
trying to do something
I'll stand behind you
different
there.
with the whole body modification. For me, it really made them look alien. Like it made them look
Alien.
like they really went with
yeah.
like that extra dimensional aspect that these guys are from another world, and that maybe that's what they were going for, but it just makes them really look alien and not demons and this angel demons thing.
It just I'm sorry, that was without spoiling what they do and what's going on in the movie. I'm sorry, the outfits really threw it for me. I would still understand. I'm saying I would still watch the movie and continue to watch it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't turn it off. But oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's a good segue. Let's do our rating. What would you? How many joules would you give it?
I give it 4 joules, 4.5.
Okay, 4 joules. So
4 joules, 4.5.
So you would physically
borderline there.
You would physically buy a copy of it.
Yeah, I want to hold it in my hand. I got a DVD. Freaking,
Okay.
I own it. I don't have to worry about somebody freaking. I bought it digitally and it gets lost because the company goes out of business. I actually own a copy. Yeah.
Okay.
4.5.
See, I think we're
goes with the collection too.
I think we're pretty close on how much we like it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to. I don't need to own a copy of it though. I like it. I do like it enough. But I would want to own it on digital. For me, like I don't need to own a physical copy of it.
Well, would you?
So
buy
I'd give it 3 joules.
3 joules, okay, but it would have to be backed or not backed.
Oh, it'd have to be backed, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, let me put it this way. I probably shouldn't say this, but if Don was to buy it on DVD, I'd burn it.
Shh. Yeah. Anyway, how about them football teams, right? Right? Those cheerleaders on it.
How about them Broncos?
Yes. I didn't know if I could say that. God forbid John Elway's going, hey, righty, you used me. I like that. You used my name. It is a horror movie after all, or a review. That was really bad. Sorry, John. Do love you.
So, yeah, I definitely want to own it. Digital for me. I don't need a hard copy of it.
World ends. I've got a disc in my back pocket or in my folders, and I can put them in the car and head to the mountains.
Just look at them, because if the world ends, there's no electricity.
Oh, shoot! I'm as old as I am. I can throw my generator. I could power a TV with a tree. Okay.
Fair enough.
Tree ain't gonna like it, but still.
All right. Well, that's all I got. You got any other? Final...
I think that's pretty much the sum of it.
All right.
It was what you want to do is your choice, but I think between both of us, it's almost a should see, not a must see. Yeah. But if you were on the fence, you definitely. We hope we push you one way or the other.
I would say it's a must see, but Hellraiser has always been a franchise that's very much dependent on your kind of taste.
Well, okay.
The whole BDSM is not for everybody.
If you've never seen Hellraiser, okay, if you've never seen Hellraiser and watch this movie, I think you will like it. I think you will.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
But if you have the time, watch the original.
Yeah, the original.
Yes, that one right there. Now you don't have to look at it on VHS tape. It actually is kind of a little bit different. But anyways, if you can, I'm going to do this a lot of times. But if you can find the original and watch that first, skip the 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, 30, 45 movies. Yeah. That's another thing, because we've done a review on this before. And I'm saying it just watch the original. Understand where
we haven't done a review on it before. This is our third
No, I
attempt
mean
at
other movies that we've done reviews on that have started in the 70s, and here it is 40 years later, kind of thing.
I get you.
Yeah.
No, definitely got to watch the original.
Definitely,
that's what started everything. You wouldn't have this reimagining without the original. So
exactly, yeah.
You definitely got to do it. I would say, though, if you've never watched them, watch the new one first, because they did try to make it its own thing, its own standalone. I would give it its due credit.
I don't agree. I'm old school. He's young school. I say watch the first one first.
But I do like the original, so it's not a knock on the original.
Don't get me wrong.
It's not a knock on the original.
If you're over 35 and you've never watched Hellraiser, that makes more sense.
If you're over 35 and you've never watched Hellraiser, I don't know where you've been.
Well, not everybody. Everybody's older people like me are trying to get back into the genre of horror. Well, I don't get back into it.
Right. We're ranting now.
Yeah, sorry about that. Close it up, AJ.
Yeah, this has been the Family Jewels. I'm Drew. This is Don. Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom. Check out some of our other videos, and we will see you guys next time.
Learn our drum solos.